What do you know about the history of door knockers?
Side
Roll
check
a
on the door.
performance check. Performance? Yeah, let's just go wild today. As the cart moves up the gangway, you see thick cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lands over a sweeping lands the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron flame. As the cart draws to a halt, you see one familiar face, Rahadin, and a woman you have not seen before. I would ask you all to feast your eyes.
Oh.
Not yet. Feast
Not
your
yet, not
eyes
yet.
on the map.
Show us the map.
Ooh,
Ooh.
there it is.
Some castle.
Ooh, that sound is harsh.
Yeah, I'll turn it down a bit. In the distance, you can hear the sound of an organ playing. As Rahadin bows and says, "Thank you for coming. I would like to introduce Ludmila, the primary wife of Strahd." Ludmila bows and curtsies and says, "Welcome to Castle Ravenloft. Please follow me." And she moves inside of the castle. What do you do?
Primary wife is
Hot.
he,
Yeah.
he's a cheating bastard.
He has a harem.
The coins, is Rahadin the assistant that picked us up at the church before?
Send us the invitation.
He gave you the invitation, indeed.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I mean.
The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches on iron sconces 20 feet. Inside the castle is a second set of doors.
DM,
Yeah.
I would have, as we've approached the castle, if I could have seen it in the distance, I would have start ritually casting detect magic, so I would have it on the moment we would step up here.
Okay.
If you allow for that.
Oh, sure. Let's just say it's going haywire.
Okay, good to know. If I notice anything, especially, just tell me.
I will.
Can I just swap sides and be on the other side of Killian?
Sure.
Now he's bodyguard for the evening.
So good. I hope you are not scared to out there you are. Okay.
Ludmila,
He's composing himself.
slightly nervous. Ludmila turns to you and says, "Please leave your weapons at the door. This is a formal dinner after all, and no one will get hurt. You have my and my husband's word."
Is there a place to leave our weapons?
Like you see weird looking statues here, here, here that hold a sort of tray that you can place your weapons on.
And then I place my weapons on the one closest to me.
And I'll place
Yep, me
my
too.
weapons next to him. Yep.
I look at my hands. Then I look up.
Um, may I just promise to remain peaceful?
If your word is your bond, then yes.
Just like Strahd seems to be. Yes.
Keeping it safe. Keeping options open, guys.
I don't want to take my hands off.
The hesitant man at the back. Could you please deposit of your weapons?
No.
Oh, here we go.
We didn't get in the door. He dies.
Why?
But Zuka, you have the pride and might of a wolf.
And I give him a little wink.
You could just put your weapons down here, like all of us, right?
All right, I'll just drop mine on the floor, and the servants can come pick them up for me.
Stay true to yourself, Joe. Stay true.
I move up towards Ludmilla and I softly say to her,
Not all of us have experience in the etiquette and the formality of an evening like this. Please excuse the ones of us that still need a little bit of learning in that sense.
She looks at you, and she looks at each and every one of you in turn and says, "Okay, I think we have an understanding. Do no harm to us, we do no harm to you. But I must warn you, this castle is my husband's domain. Any form of aggression towards me, my husband, or our servants, we will deal swiftly. Yes, I said swiftly
I was going to say something.
and harshly."
Can I look down and see if you're wearing wooden clogs on your feet?
Perception check.
Is that a swash quash behind you?
No, it's all wishy-washy. Right, let's move on. And she opens the iron doors toward the main hall. As you follow her and Rahadin, you see columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great hall dimly lit by torches in iron sconces. The torches cast strange and fluttering shadows on the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly in the rim of the domed ceiling. The open double doors allow the flashing of thunder to lit a giant stone sigil in the center of the room. A sigil that you guys know is Strahd's sigil.
that's an amazing imagery, like with the lightning in the background. And we see the sigil like lighting up, like.
Mm-hmm. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors through which you can hear the sounds of a sad but majestic organ. Ludmilla and Rahadin move forward.
DM, the interior, does it look like it's like just as usual? Because the map supposes like spider webbings and stuff like that. Like, does it look normal to us?
It looks normal, but your detect magic again goes haywire.
As in everything is magical here.
Yeah, illusionary magic.
I'd like to touch one of the what do you call it?
Pillars
Yeah.
or the gargoyles?
No, de pilaar, zeg maar.
Yeah, the pillars. Yeah.
The pillars, yeah.
As you touch them, these seem like extremely solid. But through years of magic use, you can see that the illusionary magic is not used to show things that are not there, but rather to hide things like cobwebs, cracks.
Ah, so I can feel cracks in the pillars, for example, that I do not see.
For example, yes.
Ah, yeah. Good to know. I go towards Killian and I just like softly whisper to him.
The walls are not exactly what they look like. I felt cracks that I could not see. There's some kind of illusion going on.
I'm just gonna look back at Seraphim with a confused look of, like kind of, like I'm just gonna process this information to think to myself like that this place is more. There's more than the I can see at the moment.
Yeah, just so
Kind of
you know
like
exactly
just-
that, yeah.
And I'm just gonna signal to Bax and Zuckid and just literally just put my head to the right and say, come on, let's get to dinner.
Trish, what a wonderful dress you are wearing.
Thank you. Seraphim, you don't look half bad yourself.
No, I chose to wear the dress of my people. I haven't done so in a long time.
It's interesting patterns.
Yes,
Is that
they indicate where you are from. Like different patterns are used by different people where I'm from.
You will need to tell me more about it at some point.
No, I will. Just let's see where this is going.
Inside this room, I suspect.
Ludmilla gestures towards the door and says, "Please, enter."
What do I see behind Rahadin there?
Behind Rahadin, you see a small corridor and basically a turnstile. I'm not
Bedroom
sure.
door.
I'm not sure it's a turnstile. It's stairs, like a winding stairs. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah.
A winding stairs going down.
Have we seen anyone besides these two people in the building? Like walking around, or could we hear people working, whatever?
No, not yet.
Hmm.
But you hear organ music coming from the room behind the doors, for to say. As you guys, yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I go towards Ludmilla before I enter, and I say,
Very lovely to meet you at such an occasion. We have met your husband before, but not you. It's wonderful. Thank you for inviting us.
and I go inside.
She nods courteously.
I'm just gonna nod courteously as I walk past.
All right.
As I did that, I want to see if there was anything illusionary about her.
Nope, nothing at all.
Cool.
She's just Ludmilla. You know Ludmilla, just Ludmilla as Ludmilla.
Man, that made it even more suspicious than I was already.
As you guys enter this room, you see a long table. At the end of the table, you see a figure sitting in front of a large organ. As you enter, his hands move up to the air and come down.
We're turning them on.
Ooh, fancy pantses.
Wow.
Like, somebody asked me to do something. Hang on. Where's my camera? Hang on. Just to show it off. Just to show it off. Oh yeah,
There
baby.
you go.
Oh yeah. Sounds like we're going to a funeral, for Christ's sake.
In a way, we are.
Yeah, ours.
You guys all look amazing.
Thank you, each and every one of you, for dressing up.
You said guys, not DMs. We look amazing. Gods always look amazing. You look divine.
Is Ludmilla following us? And this guy is showing off.
Seraphim, give me a perception check.
Ooh. Oh wait, I still need to change menus for that.
You look around and you see a lot
21.
of things. But one thing that catches your eye inside this room is that there are two vampire spawn standing on the ceiling.
I catch eyes with Zucked, and then as he notices me, I look up, so he knows it's there. And I do the same with Bax.
You see two more women
What the?
come in and
Ooh,
take
I like the look of Valenta.
their place at the
You
table.
know, one sits in Killian's lap.
Oh, hello. Guess I'll sit this side then, shall I?
Well, hello, priest.
You wouldn't want to tempt a man from the Lord, would you?
Ludmilla takes her place at the right hand of the head of the table.
I take a seat next to her.
As you try to do so, she puts her hand on the seat and gestures to the seat at the other side.
Are there like names on the table or?
1 second.
Okay.
Strahd just keeps on playing.
What a dick. I cast Bane on him.
Roll for initiative. And as the song winds to a close, he turns around and says, "Oh, hello. I did not see you there.
That's so good.
Please, I invite you. Look at the names at the back of the chairs. You will find your name, among others."
Do I see my name on the chair that chairs are in front of me?
Bugs, you look at the chair in front of you, but you do not see your name. But Killian,
Yes.
you see
Oh, of course, yeah.
the name. Let's say you see a few names. You see names you have not heard before, but you also see names like Beo Frostcloud, scratched through. Putgan Kuv, scratched through. Sturden Laughing Hunter, scratched through. Ternocho Relderheer, scratched through. And below it is your name. There's also a lot more names that are so old and faded they are unintelligible. Seraphim, I imagine you take a look at this chair
Yeah.
that has been pointed out to you.
Yeah.
You see a few names you haven't seen before. Luf Sangloom. You see Jose Nami, Owi Monsterwing. And then your eye catches one name. Remzi. And as you know, that's the name of your father.
Interesting.
I take it you take place at this chair?
As I notice it, I try to see if Strahd is looking at me. As I notice it.
Strahd looks at you.
Who is watching?
Aren't they going to take a seat?
And I point at the vampire spawn on the ceiling.
My good friend Seraphim. The help does not sit at the table. A good help is always close, but never in eyesight. Hence, the ceiling. Bucks, as you move around the table,
Looking for my name.
looking for your name, you stop at this chair. Again, you also see some names like Larkham Haysprint, Chemai, Chiping.
Ching chong.
No, that name may be unintelligible.
Oh, okay.
Von Gloomglow. There's a lot of names. Yet, the one name that catches your eye is the name Fire Fury. The man who trained you when you were young, just a little boy, who disappeared when you came of age.
I very confusingly sit down. I don't say anything to Strahd. Or to anyone.
Trish, You see a lot of names, but the name that catches your eye is Bojan Kostovsky. As you remember, he was the oldest child of your neighbors. And below it is your name.
I take a seat at the table.
Zucked. Have you found your seat yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, sit at the head, bitch.
Zucked, you look at the list of names on the back of the table, and these are the names you have never seen before. Some of them alien, dwarfish names, elvish names. But then you look closer, and you see the name Bloodfang. And you know this is a nickname of a man who has trained you when you were learning or training to be a blood hunter. He was the alpha male of your tribe, of your pack. And his name is also scratched through, and way beyond down the line is your name, Zucked.
I snarl as I sit down.
Strahd looks at each and every one of you in turn and says, "Thank you all for coming. Now, we only wait on my confidant." And as he says this, you see Rahadin move in and take place at the other head of the table.
I'm sorry, I had to piss really bad. I'm back.
Thank you for that information, my friend.
Why? Thanks for that, sir.
Both of the vampire spawn come down from the ceiling and take place behind you. From outside of the room, a rather weird looking man steps in. He is carrying a tray of wine and little hors d'oeuvres. He looks not slightly but exactly like this.
That's something we've seen before.
Yeah, he's another bell
Yeah.
for you, so he's from Kresk.
I want to see like what he's got hanging around his neck. Like, does it have any kind of symbol, like an amulet or something?
He has
like-
an amulet of an eye, and as you look at it, the eye moves about. Like,
Okay.
looking at each and every one of you, looking at Strahd, Rahidin, his wives.
Do I recognize it as magical?
Yes.
An eye inside a medallion looking around. I'm gonna say
Is
it's
it-
probably magical.
Well, there are some other reasons for stuff to happen.
It's very magical.
Is it like an actual human or like biological eye, or is it more mechanical?
It's an actual human eye.
Oh, okay.
Does it look like he's serving a purpose standing there? Like, is he waiting for something?
No. He is moving about, putting like wine in front of each and every one of you, a glass of wine, and putting plates with hors d'oeuvres on the table. And as he is done, Strahd lifts his own glass, as do his wives. Killian, I would like you to give me a perception check.
Could I also be looking at the food? Because knowing the information from Seraphim that everything's a bit of a lie. Dirty 20, baby.
With a dirty
Is the
20,
food a lie?
you can tell that the food is substantial. Seraphim, it does not give a magical aura whatsoever. But with a dirty 20, you can tell that the wine poured in your glass, Trish's glass, Killian's your glass, Bax's glass, Seraphim's, Socket's glass, it's translucent, like wine should be. The glass of Strahd, Ludmila, Anastasia, Volenta are a deep red.
So I'm going to surmise from that perception that they're drinking blood and we're drinking wine. I'm not going to announce this because that might offend Strahd, but I'm going to look at him in a bit of disgust.
You are very perceptive, Killian. Do not partake of the wine me and my wives drink, please. I'm afraid it would not be of your taste. Welcome, friends. Let's have a wonderful evening, a lovely dinner. The rules are as follows. We have our meal, provided by the best chefs in Barovia. We will have some light conversation during this meal. Afterwards, I will give you a slight tour of my premises. We will have a dance, a small ball, as they say, during which I will invite each of you in turn to join me in my study for a small tete-a-tete, as they say, a little one-on-one quality time. But now, lest you have any questions. Oh, I almost forgot one thing. This castle, although mine, can be dangerous for people who do not know what they're doing. I implore you, do not wander where you are not expected. You might not come back. Now, Seraphim, I see you have already started eating.
Just the breadsticks. Am I out of line? I assumed I was allowed to eat it as it was presented in front of me.
No, I'm glad you have given us the just example. Please, everybody, feast and be merry.
Na zdrowie.
So, you know the ground rules. You know the plan. What do you do?
Well,
Fucking scared.
it is wonderful to meet what I've now learned to be your wives. Am I assuming correctly here?
Yes, my friend Seraphim. I am, as they say, 500 years old. A man gets urges, as I'm sure you will understand.
I guess, yes. Continue.
I
I
really
have
want to
had-
ask him about cuckolding now, but I'm not gonna.
He throws you a glance. And you see the fire light up in his eyes, and he turns back to Seraphim and says, Ludmilla is my confidant. She is my right-hand lady. That's why she sits on my right hand. He points to Rahadin and says, Rahadin is my oldest friend. He has earned his place at the opposite head of the table. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why do I deem you worthy of sitting at my left hand?
Indeed.
You have potential. I would love to discuss this further at a later time tonight.
Okay. I have to say I'm a bit puzzled, but I'm here to enjoy this evening, so that I will.
And enjoy, we will, Seraphim. Trish!
I light the cigarette in the meanwhile, by the way.
Oh, please, no smoking at the table. It is bad for our health.
I'll take a walk through the castle in that case. I'll be right back.
Like, is this true? Because you can, if you want to.
No.
Okay.
I'll do so
Should
later.
me and Gillian and Seraphim step out for a smoke break.
Yes, let's have a smoke.
Trish, tell me about your life. I am here to know each and every one of you.
My life, well, to be honest, there is really not much to say. I grew up
In a
as
rich family,
part
yes.
of, yes, a noble, not royal, but like low on the noble ladder family. And well, I did not particularly care for the life of the nobles.
That's why you became a
And-
thief, no doubt.
Indeed, I won't lie to the hosts of a dinner party. So yes, I became a thief, interested in all kinds of arcane items, magical things.
I believe that you were coaxed by your peers at the start of your roguish journey.
Yeah, that's indeed true.
Good,
Um,
good. Now tell me about tell me about how you came here.
Well, I was looking through some books owned by the wizards, and well, as far as I can tell, this wizard teleported me here, right into the mists that surround this land.
And yet,
I have
here you are.
here I
Survived
am.
every hardship your life threw at you.
Indeed.
I'm sorry if it seems like I'm interrupting you. I'm just asking to know things that I do not know yet, and what you're telling me now, I know.
Well, you seem like a knowledgeable, smart man. Are there? You seem to know a lot about my past already. Are there any questions you have? Because that might be easier.
What was the name of this so-called wizard?
Unfortunately, I do not know.
Would you like to know?
Oh, yes.
His name was Gremun.
Gremlin.
Yes.
Interesting.
Thank you, Trish, for your story.
Thank you for the information.
Suck it. You have lost your brother. Unfortunately. How are you coping with said loss?
It's just fine.
Just fine.
I lean into Strahd and I say,
It's still fresh.
Oh, I
He's
know it's
coping.
fresh. I know it's
He's
fresh.
coping.
I saw it happen. But, Zakat, a day or two and you will have your brother once again close to you.
Soon enough.
That is good to hear. Seraphim, I understand you're looking for your parents.
That is what I was doing before I found myself in this place, yes.
Well, the winds of faith do not blow you to Barovia without purpose. I knew your
That is what
father.
You did.
Yes. He was an honorable but a foolish man.
Well,
He sat in the same place as you right now sit. He did not leave this castle alive because of his
Why
own
so?
choices. Do not make the same mistakes as your father. It would be sad and unfortunate to see you walk the same path of doom as your paternal figure.
may I ask then what type of mistakes my father would have made?
Well, your father came here in search of your mother. When I told him about your mother, he did not take it lightly.
Take what lightly exactly?
You will know soon enough. Bucks! I take it you have seen the name of your former mentor. Bucks, you are
Your
very far
mentee.
away from me. You have to speak up and unmute yourself.
I said I did see it. Was this meant to scare me?
This is not a night for scaring. This is a night for understanding, reflection, and maybe a little light dancing.
Okay.
What would you have me do?
I would have you do the cha-cha-cha. And maybe, as they say, the monster dance. The monster mash, as they say. It is a mash. It is a monster mash.
A monster mash.
But your mentor is not the first person in your life you have lost to Barovia.
Is it not?
No, the exclamation mark point to your left shows me what you are thinking.
Takes me what? Oh,
I take it you are not a talker, Bax.
I don't know what you want me to say. You murdered my friends in front of my eyes.
Or did I only protect myself? I remember it was you who came here to attack me, to kill me, together with that man over there. That cleric.
My mother and father raised me with manners, and you have invited me into your home to share and break bread with you. I will not disrespect you by saying what I want to say.
I admire you. Bax, you are a man of great repose.
Had to think what repose means, but yeah.
Killian, put on the glass, my friend. We all know that drinking is not your strong suit.
Burn.
Lovely.
Please tell me, Killian, why did you align yourself with these people?
You say a line, but it's a means to an end, isn't it? The mission is always to get what I want.
And
You
what
saw
is
it
it?
beforehand.
Hmm?
Well, you saw beforehand, sir. I don't even know why I came here, if I'm honest. You know what's coming to you. You know.
I kick Killian under the table.
I'm just gonna look at Bax and just go. Just literally, basically, we're here. Oh, fucking hell. If I can get my words out, one second. How, I'm just gonna look at Bax and just basically give him the look of, he's killed all of our friends. I can't just exactly just be happy about the situation.
No.
I'm just gonna,
The look I give back to you tells you revenge is a dish best served cold. However you can convey that in a sigh. Relax.
DM, how are the women reacting to all of this?
Sitting there very demure, drinking their wine.
Like, there's nothing special going on for them. Like, they're just... this is just dinner for them.
This is just a social event for them.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Strahd and just say, define aligned with these people. These
Well-
people have helped me. I've helped them. What makes you think that I don't trust them?
No, my friend Bex, I think you do trust them. That's why you align with them, because there is a bond of trust.
That is Killian, the other one's Bax.
I know we all
Sorry.
look alike, but don't be racist.
Sorry. Whatever I just said to Killian. My friend Killian. This is what align means. To intertwine your goals with theirs. To make their goals yours and your goals theirs.
It's not about what you said, it's about the way you said it, sir. You make it out like I don't trust these people, like I don't trust them with my life. You saw it yesterday when you saved us. How I rushed in to try and save my last paladin, should I mention? You've killed the rest of my party. Why have you left me alive?
Killed? Oh, my friend, have you seen them die? Have you seen their corpses?
Now that you mention it, I haven't. Do you have them? Where's Dribbly Bob?
He's dribbling. On the court, as they say in the multiverse.
Where's biggest diggest?
I'm sorry, Killian. Dribbling Bob?
Dribbling Bob, he's just a name, don't worry. He's a very good fighter when you give him a sword. Trust me.
Biggest diggest and his wife.
Biggest Dickens and his wife in Continentia Bucket.
Sorry.
Interesting.
Couldn't miss that one.
So I'm sorry, Strahd. It's a funny name, but honestly, are you saying that my party is alive? Where are my team?
Well, they are not dead, as you put it.
What have
Have
you
you
done with
turned them into the undead?
Undead is such a nasty term, is it not? I would rather name it a second chance of living.
Second chance of living, you rob them of their souls. You can't leave them undead. Please, if you're going to do this and taunt me, at least let their souls die in peace.
Oh, Killian, I am sure you have noticed now that souls in Barovia do not die.
Well, release them from this place. Let the thunder take them in.
DM, I would like to use Mage Hand to grab a bit more wine because this interaction is a bit tense and I want to relax a bit more. Does it work?
Strahd. I'm taking it too far. I'm letting you just think. You let me and Bax live. I thank you for that. You saved us at Yester Hill. I thank you for that. I still don't understand it. You have put on this lovely show. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've been at a formal function. I'm sorry, okay? My lord, I count.
As you do this, Seraphim, you see Anastasia move her head towards Bucks. Bucks, as you look at Anastasia, she opens her mouth and her fangs grow in length.
What I want to say is I look down at my trousers and it grows in length, but what I really do is I remove my hand.
Do not touch me again, sir.
Okay.
You actually did that, Joey?
Did you say don't touch me again or touch me again? I didn't catch the first part.
Don't touch me again.
Right, okay.
But DM, did the mage hands like work?
For sure. And Strahd looks at
Okay.
you and says, okay. I will punish my servants accordingly.
Oh, well. Don't mind. I was maybe a little bit ahead of the normal drinking curve here. They would not assume to me drinking this much throughout the whole dinner. Forgive me.
But I did need to test if magic works here.
It does.
Oh boy.
You
What
take a
now,
sip of
bitch?
wine and you make a constitution saving throw and everything's fine.
It's an alcoholic. Doesn't touch
Was it the wine or the mage hand?
The wine?
You're drinking.
Did it taste funny to me?
No, but it's alcohol.
Ah, okay.
I feel fine.
Said no drunk person ever.
Trish,
Strahd?
Mr. Von Zarovich for you. But Trish,
Mr. Von Zarovich?
I gather you have a gift for me and, in lesser extent, my wives at this special occasion.
The mirror
No,
I have.
the mirror is in the hands of your friend Seraphim here. But I think you have a
It's-
bottle of wine. Of champagne du stomp.
Indeed. I do, and I take it out of my backpack and I hold it up and I go like, apologies, I should have offered this when walking in here, I suppose. Forgive
Oh.
me.
You are forgiven. And Cyrus Bellevue walks up like, I'll take this. And he holds his hands out to you.
I give it to him.
Thank you. And he moves back. Champagne du stomp. This is good. I like this. And waddles away.
Wow.
And he moves out. My friends, by now I am sure you have read my memoirs.
Yes,
Indeed.
we did.
Yes.
I would like to request you return to me what is mine.
I did not assume we would do business before dinner. I thought it would not be appropriate. Do you wish to discuss this now?
Yes.
Are you in
This
a
is
rush
the
to do
time.
so?
To exchange gifts, and he reaches into his dress and holds out the holy symbol of Ravenloft. Ravenkind, sorry, Ravenkind.
Was that the one that was around my neck?
Yes.
recent- I say, is that for me?
It is for whoever hands me back my memoirs. And he puts it back.
Who currently has his memoirs? Which one of us is carrying it?
I think you've got it actually because I chucked it down the stairs to you.
Oh shit, you did, didn't you?
Before we exchange, I would like to have a loan returned.
Does he have a white mask across half of his face?
Yes, he does.
Oh yes.
A loan. Pray
Yes.
tell, my friend. What loan?
Well, I assumed you'd know. I gave Vasily a sword explicitly in loan for it to be used by someone else if the time come. With all that happened, you seem to have taken it with you and not returned it.
It was a sword that's. I know what you mean. I will ask one of my servants to get it from my vaults.
That is an excellent show of faith.
And with
And I
that,
think it would give us a bit more certainty as all about this exchange that is following.
But if I remember, sorry, Joby, if I remember, You have something for me.
It depends. Please explain what you wish for.
Well, you ask me to know everything. But yet,
Well, you seem to be very knowledgeable about these lands.
there
I
is
am just a mere visitor.
that you are. There is a mirror. It is quite a novelty in your possession.
Yes.
I say we exchange. What do you say?
Well, you've proposed the necklace for the diary. What do you propose for the mirror?
No, my friend, you misunderstand me. We had a deal that you would bring the mirror in exchange for a dinner.
In 3 days.
To which you agreed.
I understand. Yes, you are right.
I retrieve the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like my backpack is behind me, and as I take it out, I want to take a look at him through the mirror. So basically, my back is turned towards him, and I look into the mirror towards him before I give it to him.
It's an empty seat.
I also held up a diary out
I-
to the servants.
I give it to him, and I say,
Well, I'm curious as to what you can see in this.
My friend,
give
is
it to
not what I can see. And he holds it up to Radin. And Radin laughs like, oh, hey, look, so old, my liege. And Strahd just says, fun times. And puts it on the floor.
I heard out his memoirs for his servants to collect.
One of the vampire spawn moves up to you. And she holds out her hands to receive the memoirs.
I passed them to her without looking.
As she does this, she drops a little crumpled piece of paper inside your lap.
"Oh shit!"
Does it say help me? Does anyone else notice that she drops this?
Well, let's see.
Well, Anastasia's not looking at you anymore. She hates you.
She's just playing hard to get. Don't worry. She'll be on the table later.
I didn't see it.
So it can.
Killian,
The other side of the bloody
Serfin,
table.
you didn't see, but Trish and Zuckert, you saw a piece of paper drop in his lap.
I was more concerned if Strahd or any of his companions noticed.
You don't know?
Okay. I placed my hand over the crumpled piece of paper as to obscure it from view while I wait for Strahd to give me back my necklace.
Well, you can do like an insight check maybe on Strahd to see if he noticed. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, sure. If you want.
Sure. Do you want to prompt me then so I don't have to go finding the insight thingy?
That's why I have this thing.
Love you.
I know, right? This is very good. I like this very much. Just one more. Oh, no. Yours.
She is hot next to me. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's hard to not look at her.
You have
But I am
tilt your head beyond the boobs to even
I-
see Strahd.
I am waiting patiently for my necklace to be returned to me, though.
The vampire spawn moves to Strahd. Strahd takes the memoirs, reaches inside of his tunic, removes the necklace, hands it to Sasha, and bows to you. Thank you.
Can I ask what's so important about this necklace?
About this necklace?
Hmm.
It is
yeah.
something of, well, let's say it is a pretty thing. And I know you'll like it.
Does it hold any sort of magical properties?
Sure?
Can you tell me what they are?
No?
Well, you've changed your accent very quickly with that one, but okay.
Yeah, but that was the DM telling you.
Oh, well, I'm
I
asking
can tell
Strahd.
you.
No, but I'm asking Strahd if he can tell me.
If you can attune to this item, it holds the power to burst into sunlight, to hold my kind, and even turn my kind, as if the turn on that spell.
Why give me back such a powerful weapon? Do you not fear it?
No, not in the hands of you or your party.
Have
Okay.
you heard about legendary resistances?
Have you heard of attunement by a good aligned character?
Oh shit.
Did I? Am I not? I told you I was good.
No, you told me explicitly neutral.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, for the love of Christ! Should have been good. Because I was a
For the
paladin.
love of Christ.
And you
should've
had one good aligned character in your party, but as I gather it,
No.
he is now swole.
Yes, but a strong, good conviction can change somebody's alignment. With a good enough reason, I could choose to become good. Or can I? I don't know the mechanics of it. Can you?
Put it down in your sheet real quick.
Yeah, doesn't does your actions dictate your alignment? Like, is your alignment fluid or is it set?
Your alignment is like, through your actions you can change your alignment. Like you can go
But
down the ladder or up the ladder.
Okay. But I've been a good boy. Am I not good yet?
But it's always like a major fucking change. Like,
Yes.
I feel like
and
if I get some sort of
But-
validation from my loss, that maybe that will help me become a better person.
well, just roleplay it. We'll see.
Okay.
Jeroen?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what is this about, like, good alignments, attunements? Because like that's the first I've heard of, like, the alignment actually having any impact on any, like, in-game mechanic.
Well, there are items, Robocall, there are items that are, like you can attune to an item to make its secrets known to you. And there are items that need a certain alignment to be able to attune to them.
Huh. I never knew that. That's cool.
Yes, and seeing as almost everybody wanted to be an evil character or a neutral character,
Was it hooray for you and not having to worry about bursting sunlight?
But neutral's
it
fun.
was actions have consequences time.
Yeah. No, totally on board with it. Hopefully I can roleplay myself into being a good boy.
It's a pretty strong incentive, just so you know.
Well, I used my manners at the table and not called him all the names I wanted to. So it's a start.
It's a start.
Mm-hmm.
The main course is placed on the table. And what do you guys want to do? Well, I'll take off my jacket because it's fucking hot.
Right. Can I use my ritual spell to cleanse the food?
That takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, but sure.
Okay. Well, if everyone starts eating, that's fine. But I'm waiting until I've cleansed this fucking thing.
Say mine's not going cold. I'm gonna
It
munch
will
on
be
it.
cold, but sure.
What
thing.
is it? What is the main course?
Foie gras on a bed of lightly salted boiled potatoes with a garnish of radish with
I just
lemon.
eat it. I use my manners and just eat it. Mmm.
Is everyone at the table getting the same food?
The women are served small children.
Funny you should mention, because as you look around, you see that the plates in front of Strahd and his wives are taken away untouched.
I'm not used to this type of etiquette. Normally we enjoy the same dinner.
Well, my friend, I enjoy it. It's just that I cannot digest it. I enjoy the company, I enjoy the smell, but I cannot process food, as you know.
Wouldn't you like to at some point be able to do that again?
I can see where you are going with this, Seraphim. You are a very smart man. There are things that I have left behind a long time ago that will never be in my grasp again.
I have the same with the Spice Girls.
Well, I know what you want, what you
What
really
you-
will want.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't actually know what a cigar is.
It was also
I
a hit in
will
Barovia.
I will never enjoy it as much as I've done in my past.
Does anyone know what a cigar is? Just out of interest, just real quick.
A zigzag.
What?
A cigar. What they sing in the song? What they really, really want is a cigar. Does anyone actually know what it is?
No. What is it?
Oh no, I don't want to ruin the surprise. I'll show you. Just keep going. You're the end of the
Okay.
evening.
All right.
Such-
As the night progresses, there is little chit chat. Anastasia turns to Trish and says, "Please, Trish, follow me. We need to get some more wine. It is almost. We are almost out at the table."
Show the way.
All right.
Can I read the note that's in my lap?
Yes,
Distinctly.
you can. And after that, me and Trish will take a little walk.
Can I like? Oh wait, yeah. Can I excuse myself to go to the bathroom and do it? Because that. Can I just dismiss that? To roll it.
Sure.
Which one? There was a multiple choice.
Oh, good on you.
So you say that you want to go to the
Deception.
bathroom?
It's not deception. I do want to go to the bathroom,
All right.
and while I'm at the bathroom, I'm going to look at the note.
Well, let me join you, Bax.
Very uncomfortably, I say. Okay. Sure.
Let's go to the bathroom, girlfriend.
I'm an old man. I need to pee as well.
Well, I'm not shaking it for you. I asked Strahd where the bathroom is, or blindly follow him, who seems to know the way.
I know the way.
I'm gonna look for a toilet. I'm not gonna ask.
I asked Quasimodo where the toilet is. Let's be. No, I excuse myself from the table because it's the polite manner thing to do.
Yeah. Quasimodo just points this way.
Okay.
All right. Trish, Anastasia is moving here.
Yeah. I nod to Strahd and excuse me, and follow Anastasia.
Let's leave Zucket with Strahd. Excellent idea.
Don't worry, he's got me. Let's keep going.
Never split the party for a reason.
I only went to go to the bloody toilet.
I'm not gonna let you walk there alone.
You just want to know what's in the bloody note. Which you
Yep.
didn't even see me drop. That was dropped.
No,
Creepy.
but legit, I would have assumed if someone would step away from the table, there might be a reason, and it's better for two people knowing what the reason is.
Right? Buddy system.
That's if I choose to tell you about it.
Sure.
I don't know where the bathroom is in here. Unless this is the bathroom. It's just really one of those open plan ones.
Well, let's take a look behind this door.
I said not to go wandering where we shouldn't.
Strahd says
Trish.
a lot of things.
Trish, you're moving downstairs with Anastasia, and
Yep.
you take a can I no, I won't share the map. It's not important. You walk down a long stairs into a darkened hallway. To your left you see arched frames of stone from a low, wet ceiling over this wine cellar. Great casks of wine line the walls, their bends rusting. You see people bustling about. These people do not look alive. They're zombie-like, moving mechanically. But in between all these people, you see a vampire. Not a vampire, but more like one of the servants in the dining room. As you look further, you see a man hanging from the ceiling. His throat slashed, blood dripping in a large tub below him.
Do I recognize him?
Sure, give me a history check. You're not sure, but you think you've seen him around Valaki.
Mm-hmm.
Anastasia turns to you and says, "Do not forget who you're having dinner with. Please."
How could I forget?
I do not know, but I implore you. Drink only the wine you are served, not the wine you see in front of you now. And she points to the man hanging from the ceiling. Now quickly, help me with this bottle of wine. This box of bottles. And she points to a box of bottles, hefts one side.
Yeah, I pick up the other side.
Alright, and you both move back upstairs. Seraphim,
Yes.
And back.
box. What do you do?
Does this door look locked?
Does it have it? Is there anything written above it, or anything denoting what might be behind the door?
Exactly.
No, there's nothing above the door, no signs, but it doesn't look locked as far as the door can look. Locked or open.
You try to push it open. See what's on the other side.
You see
boy,
a
what's
giant hall choked with dust and stretches into darkness ahead. Webs
That-
hang from the arch ceiling like drapes, and life-size statues of knights line the wall on both sides. Their eyes seem to watch you.
I turn to Seraphim and say, if I was a bathroom, I wouldn't be down there.
No.
But what kind of creatures are we seeing, Coins?
Knights.
Like statues of knights.
Mm-hmm.
And they are looking at us.
Well, it looks like their eyes are turning to you, yeah.
But the room is covered in dust, right? Like no one's been
Yeah.
down there all the time. There's no footprints on the floor, or handprints on the ceilings, or footprints on the ceilings.
No.
Yeah, it's not done that way.
Do the knights seem to be wearing like insignia or like a vigil of some kind?
Well, they're all like wearing the insignia of Ravenloft. Like, this one's our
Yeah,
family
exactly.
crest.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
walk up.
doesn't look like a toilet.
Actually, I walk out to the hallway.
I close the door again.
Mention to Seraphim to follow.
I follow.
This feels like an adventure.
I wait for Seraphim to walk across the room. So I close the door behind him, and I tell him that one of the servant dropped a note in my lap, and I retrieve it and I read it.
The note says, "Not all are enemies here."
I show Seraphim.
That's very interesting. We do need to assume that Strahd might have a hand in this, but maybe not.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Exactly. Still want to try and find a toilet? Would
No.
be awkward to go twice in an hour.
I look around this room. Are there any pot or flowers or anything in this room?
No.
Anywhere that anyone could relieve themselves in?
Well, if you are very agile, you could pee behind one of the statues.
No, that seems like a bit of a dick thing to do, doesn't it? I just step outside and relieve myself. Away from the door, because, I'm not much of a bastard. And then I come back in.
All right. Anastasia comes back into the room, I think, with Trish. Yeah, all right, Trish, I'll do your movement.
I was muted. But yes.
All right.
Follow Seraphim. Make sure
Yeah, I
she's
want to see.
in trouble.
I see what is up these stairs.
I tell you that we can't be gone too long.
Massive stairs rise to a landing 20 feet by 40 feet long. Stone arches support a ceiling covered with frescoes 20 feet overhead. The frescoes depict armored knights on horseback, their finer features faded beyond recognition. Dust floats in the air here. I'll unmask a bit. At the end of the south wall, you see a staircase rise into the darkness. Between the staircases are twin alcoves, each of one containing a standing suit of armor covered with black stains. Each suit of armor clutches a mace, the business end, as they say, of which is shaped like a dragon's head. Words engraved on the arches above the suit of armor have been scratched out. What do you do?
It's time to go back. We've been
Well-
gone long enough.
Well, they pointed towards a toilet here. Are you not curious in the slightest?
I am, but I don't think it's wise for us to leave our friends behind by themselves, especially knowing Zuckid. There will be time enough to explore, but now we must keep everyone safe.
If you say so.
You are our greatest weapon. While the rest of us are unarmed, you still have yours.
That is true.
It has been known to happen.
I walk back into the room with Bax.
Yeah.
I quietly sit down. And take
And
my
take my seat.
I hope we did not miss anything of interest.
Is Zuckid still awake?
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean at the table. Are you still got your eyes open?
Mm-hmm.
Just checking. Have you touched your food or your drink?
Nope.
Zuckert, you do not seem to enjoy your dinner. Are you not hungry as a wolf?
Knowing the magic of your castle, I just don't find it safe to eat or drink here.
This saddens me, Zuckert. I was hoping that we had come to an understanding that your passage here, as well as your time here, under the circumstances as I laid out, would be safe.
So then why do you need your servant, like, pretty much right behind me while I'm sitting at the table?
She is standing on the ceiling, Zuckert.
Too close for comfort anyways.
He looks at one of the servants and she moves back into the corner here, and the other one moves back onto the corner of the ceiling there. I am sorry, Zucker, that their presence made you feel uncomfortable. Yet I believed a man of your stature would not be intimidated by mere vampire spawns.
Oh, I'm not intimidated at all. I just don't want your ugly ass servants breathing down my neck.
You are quite the wordsmith, Zuckert.
I know.
Let's have a small break that the players in real life can pee and maybe get something to drink. We'll see each other again in 5 minutes.
Do vampires pee?
No, but this one does.
Whew.
So, was it sort of what you guys were expecting, or?
I had no clue, man.
I know, right? It's fucking crazy.
I kind of hate him for the organ playing.
It's a fucking power move, dude. Jesus Christ.
It's the one-on-ones I'm looking forward to, see if I'm honest.
Well, give it a few minutes.
I'm looking for the dancing with that Valenta. She's a runner-up for my other girlfriend.
Oh, she's totally your type, Joe.
Right? All dark
Like-
and gothic.
And like the dead white face to it. Like she has this gothic vibe going on, yeah.
I totally would.
Right?
We know you
so-
would.
Looks a bit like a Kate Beckinsale, doesn't she? From Underwood.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't mention it. Yeah.
Oh, look, Joby was right again. Woo! I'm on a roll.
That's 2 for 2, baby.
That's mine all used up for the evening. Thank you, by the way, Coins.
For what?
Well, for everything you do, but also the opportunity for me to wear my race coat, which I don't get to use very often.
Hey.
You're
I
very
need a
welcome.
pocket watch for it.
Who's to say I haven't?
I would have put it on.
And yet you've turned up in a black shirt.
A sweaty
Yeah,
butt.
be happy he turned up in a shirt, man.
It'd be even better if he stands out. He's not wearing anything on the bottom half, though. Come on, red shorts. Go on.
No, I got my really good jeans on.
Go on, then stand up. Wait, do you actually
Your
have
best
legs?
jeans.
Wait, Joe, do you actually have legs? Because I have seen you on like hundreds of calls. We have spoken to each other consistently for just forever. Have you got legs?
Leg.
Oh, no, you
We
have.
want Joe's legs.
Never mind, I have-
Yeah, I got the legs.
Show me some
Joe
ass.
even has ads.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
some good jeans,
Oh,
actually.
Look at that ass.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
the-
wow.
I want to see it shake.
What?
I got 'em. I love them.
What the fuck? You know
Joe,
what?
how are you a Republican? I still do not
Rhinestone
understand.
cowboy.
First time in 8 years I've seen your ass. I mean, wow, Joe. I lied. I have seen your legs. You're on the bed hugging your pillow and your little legs are behind you.
Right?
I've seen them.
That's just how comfortable I am with you. You know?
There you go.
Ooh. Well, enough of this homoerobic chat. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Homoerobic. Let's just say homoerobic.
Right?
I love it.
Right.
It's going to be a quote of the week.
That's
Homoerobic.
exactly homoerobic.
I thought it was a euphemism for masturbation, but I now understand what was supposed to be said. Home aerobics.
Everybody ready to return to the festivities?
I'm very
Yes.
We know you can't hold your liquor, Killian.
drunk.
Yeah, I can.
I'm a stoner, not a drinker.
I can tell by your eyes.
I've also been taking cocodamol because I've got a bit of toothache, and so I'm loving it at the moment.
You are
Oh,
not
I love
slaughtering your
opiates.
words.
They're fucking amazing. Oh yes.
I want to thank you all for a lovely dinner. Now, who would like a little tour of the castle before we head up to the dancing?
Yes, please.
I certainly would.
Lead the way, sir.
I imagine all players are joining?
Yes.
Alright. Strahd stands up, moves out of the room, and I'd imagine everybody joins him.
Are
I'm looking
the
at
women?
Zucket in particular.
Are the women following him, like right behind him?
No, the women are just sitting there demurely.
Okay. I am going to cast a subtle spell, which means that I do not use any vocal or like any materials. And I am going to send a message to the vampire spawn that dropped the note. That one is still standing here, right?
Yeah.
The one I'm walking towards right now to give back the note to.
I'm going to say, so like this spell is being cast without anyone being able to notice it from what I'm saying or doing or whatever. And I'm going to say,
Tell me how we can get in touch with you.
Right.
and she is able to respond to that message.
Right. The moment you cast this spell, You hear no. No, that was a joke. She looks back at you and thinks.
Yeah.
I will be here, but also you can find me in the church in Barovia. Leave a note there, I will find it. In the cellar.
Like, I just walk on, nodding, and exit room.
Alright.
I, on the other hand, I'm not so subtle because Seraphim didn't tell me he was doing this, and I passed back her note discreetly with a smile.
She's still on the ceiling, right?
And no, she was on the ground.
No, she's on the ceiling.
Oh, then I look up and
Hand back the note like this.
no, no,
You dropped something.
I look up, and as I look up, I drop the note down at my feet, and I say, "Thank you for your service," and I will leave the room.
All right.
Which one do you want me to do? It doesn't matter, does it?
No.
I'll roll once.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna roll this one just to get rid of it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Unless I roll. No, I used that. That was the second one.
Yeah. The second one counts. That's a natural 20, and nobody sees what you're doing.
Right. Story of my life, and I walk out the room.
Joby, it's the character, not you.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Right. Just so I don't have to move everyone the whole time,
Yeah.
I will just move Strahd on the new map and he will tell you what you see.
Sure.
Let's put Strahd on the map. Do you all see the map?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Strahd moves down these stairs, and Trish, you notice that these are the same stairs you went down with one of Strahd's brides. This was where the man was hanging, but for some reason it's just a wall now.
When I was here earlier, was there like
It was open.
yeah, and was there like anything further behind it as well, or is it?
Yeah. There was like a whole room with
yeah.
casks with wine, and a man hanging from the ceiling.
So it's like the entrance to the room got like paved over, or there's like an illusion of a wall
Yeah.
sealing off the room. Yeah. Okay. As I or as we pass down there, I want to just like put my hand against that wall, see if I can like feel it, or if it just like goes straight through.
It feels like a solid wall.
Feels like a solid wall. Okay.
Oh shit. That's different magic.
That's big.
Or
break.
mechanical. Might just
Or
be like an
mechanical, yeah.
actual wall that they chopped out of like on rails. Yeah, well, I mean it could be. Probably easier than making like, a magical wall that actually feels solid.
I
Well,
guess so.
Do that though. There is magic that allows you to create physical objects or illusions that
Yep.
mimic physical stuff, as including sounds and smells and shit. That's not like out of the realm of possibility.
No.
This hall stands in deadly silence. Heavy beams support a sagging 10-foot high ceiling. Fog clings to the floor, obstructing everything that lies less than 3 feet above it. Strahd moves through it and tells you, this is an old hallway. It's used for servants, but as always, servants need to polish the gold, as they say. And he moves through the hallway and he moves into a large room. Dark stains cover the floor of this area. Large oak tables, scarred and beaten, lay scattered like toys about the room. Their wood crushed and splintered. Replacing them are furnishings made entirely of human bones. The walls and 20-high-foot vaulted ceiling are a sickly yellow color. Not because of faded or time-worn plaster, but because they are adorned with bones and skulls arranged in a morbidly decorative fashion, giving the room a cathedral-like quality. 4 enormous mounds of bones occupy the corner of this ossuary, and garlands of skulls extends from these mounds to a chandelier of bones that hangs from the ceiling above a long table constructed of bones in the center of the room. 10 chairs made of bones in the center and festooned with decorative skulls surround the table. Resting atop which is an ornate bowl-shaped vessel made of...
Bones!
You guessed it, bones!
Bones all the way down.
It's bones all the way down. The doors...
This totally sounds like that cathedral
Yeah.
in Czechia.
Yep. The doors to the north and south are sheathed in bones, but the steel-banded double doors in the center of the east wall are not. Above the room, the door Strahd just entered, is a large giant skull. The skull of a giant. As he
Where was the
walks
skull you said?
right there, it looks like the skull of something else, like a dragon skull,
Uh-huh.
but it's a
And it's above the door.
yeah, above the door.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And he points to it and says, even the mighty fall down hard. Looking at Zucked. Let's continue. And he moves to the north. Opening... yeah.
Did we actually see any of the servants that I saw? Like all
No.
the zombies and the... Okay.
No. You do not see anyone except Strahd.
But they were in this hallway, right? Or was it also in the hallway that was covered up? Or in the room that was blocked up?
They were also in that hall, yeah. In that hallway.
Okay.
He opens the door to the north and you see a 30-foot square room that is scattered with furniture that lies in heaps near the walls. But you also see that this room is filled with treasure. Seraphim, your detect magic goes haywire again. Like there's so many magic items in this room.
This is quite the treasure.
Room, yes. It is one of my proud possessions of all my conquests. It might surprise you to know, but maybe not as much, because you have read my memoirs. I was once a noble and just warrior. I conquered lands laid waste to my enemies, to the enemies of my family. My house and my family were my driving force above none other. I conquered these lands, and as I stood upon the hill surveying the home of my latest eradicated enemies, I chose to erect a statue, a monument, like no other. This monument is where we are standing now. This is Castle Ravenloft, named after my mother, as you well know. If only she could see me now, but I digress. Please.
Can I ask,
continue. Yes.
how much do you think you have?
Well, a man loses count after a few trillion, I bet.
Really? Okay. I would just thought trillion would look. It always looks smaller in the movies, but okay.
What is these movies you speak of?
Oh, it's this new medium, but it's fine. I'll talk about it in my pitch later.
DM, is there like any specific item that stands out to me? Like if I take a look at it from a standpoint of magical power, or maybe something that I would recognize as having a specific use?
Magic?
Maybe.
While he's doing that, can I also use my divine sense?
Sure.
Because that's not magical.
That is not magical, but like your divine sense, you see a lot of evil. Like it does detect good and evil, right? Your divine sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some evil, some good.
What about Strahd?
Do you have to ask?
Yeah. That's why I asked.
Evil.
Right, but like pure evil.
If
Or
I
is
would
he
have to name it, I
Or is
would
he
say
misunderstood evil?
I would say natural evil. Well, no, lawful evil.
Okay, so he's kind of
Yeah.
like misunderstood evil then.
Yeah. He's not the only evil person in this room, by the way.
Who else is evil in this room? You want to whisper it to me, or are you going to just tell me?
Sure.
Just to keep a bit of air of mystery going on, right?
Sure.
Because it gives me more. Okay. And if you had to put that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being quite extreme, 1 being meh.
Well, I would say there's no rating scale, but the alignment would be this.
Okay. Okay.
DM, did I notice any item to stand out? Something I would recognize, or maybe that seems relatively more powerful than the rest?
You see in the piles of treasure a mace that looks pretty powerful.
Okay.
Is there any like loose coins around? Like loose gold coins and.
Sure, there are a lot of coins there.
I asked Strahd if I may partake in some. Why not? It's like,
I was going to say, just,
why not?
That's
You
a fair
rich-
question.
I'll have a
Do
few.
you mind if I have a few?
Can I have a scoop?
Please, sir, can I have some more?
That's exactly what.
He looks at you and says, "Whatever would you need the money for, Bucks? You are my guest here. Anything you would need can be provided for."
But I'm thinking more of those who need it to rebuild Valaki.
Oh yes, Valaki, it's good that you mentioned this. I was meaning to thank you for helping me get rid of the toxic family in charge there.
Yeah, I personally wasn't part of that, but I would like. I see
As a
you have.
group.
I see you have so much. I believe that some of this could help in a small way to help rebuild, make Valaki better, and thus helping you improve your lands. It's what we call in the business a win-win.
Win-win-win.
Surely someone of your great renown could possibly pass up the opportunity to show your benevolence and help in a small way to those who are less fortunate than you.
Let's talk about this later. Perhaps we can strike a deal.
Sure.
So,
Oh,
Mr.
sounds like somebody's hungry. Let's move on.
And we're walking.
Walking.
Trish, you wanted to ask me something?
Yes, Mr. von Zarovich. From one thief to another, there must be one item in here of which you are the most proud, like your favorite conquest, as he would say.
Fucking question.
Wow.
From
That
one
is a
thief
good
to
fucking
another.
question.
He looks at you and says, Trish, I hate to be remiss, but did you just compare me to a common thief? I must say I am quite disturbed by this line of questioning by you. Please refrain from your instincts and do not in any way call me a thief again. But as
Fair enough, but the question stands. Out
Yes.
of professional interest, it's always the one thing that, that you're most proud of.
most proud as it is my greatest pride and my greatest downfall. It is the land we are standing right now, Barovia. I conquered it, but it also conquered me.
In what way?
Sometimes we make our own prison by our choices and our actions.
Yeah, if only your mother could see you now.
Yes, Zucket. That's why I refrained from that sentence before.
You know, when your mother was killed.
But would you consider it a golden cage of some kind?
It is not a cage if you are there with the one you love. I have to say, it was quite ingenious of you the way you are keeping her from me.
Wait,
Are you talking about us?
You have hidden her beyond my sight.
I cannot say that we have
yeah,
meant to do that or have been responsible for that. She, whatever she has done, has been done on her own accord.
Sure. And yet, she was with you when she vanished.
weren't
We're
you,
responsible.
weren't you also there looking? You must have seen
You
what happened.
you saw that it was an accident. We didn't mean to let her go.
Well, and for one, we are not the people to keep her from doing whatever she wants. She is her own person.
And
Yes.
you know she can be stubborn at times
I know.
and has her own free will.
Oh, my dear Tatiana. Let's move on.
I say to Seraphim as we're walking out, maybe you share too much. Maybe it's good that he believes that we still have her.
Oh, he.
Like, let's keep some stuff to ourselves, shall we?
Sure.
You move up to the main floor, and then you move up to the stairway that Bax and Seraphim moved up to. But you didn't pass beyond one point, and as you all climb the stairs even further, you enter a large audience hall. Dim light from the courtyard falls into a great hall through broken glass and iron latticework of a large window. This immense room is a place of surprising festivity and laughter. You see the brides dancing. You see people you have not seen before. An old woman surrounded by 3 sisters. You see a man, a human man, looking rather stale, for lack of a better word, at one of the walls. You see Lady Wachter talking to a man you have not seen before. There's a lot of people you have not seen before. This is an audience hall filled with people. And as you enter, Strahd taps Seraphim on the shoulder and says, "Let's have our talk now."
Okay. Sure.
Seraphim,
Yep.
we'll move to the admin room for this talk.
Okay. Yep. Right now?
Right now.
Here we go. See you boys in a bit.
Au revoir,
Don't let me die.
gentlemen.
Guys, talk amongst yourselves. Talk to the other patrons in the room. They won't talk back because I'm not here, but still. Enjoy yourself. There's Punch in the corner.
Yay.
Nice.
Oh, there's Bas.
Yeah. Good evening, Seraphim.
Hè?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hoe vind je het tot nu toe?
Waarom?
Het is zoveel bewegende delen die ik bij elkaar moet houden. De tyfus. Anyway.
Yes.
I will permit you to ask 5 questions. And I will answer each and every one of them truthfully. Please begin.
What do you wish of us?
There is one thing I wish above all. I wish to spend eternity with Irina. And as I see it now, you have prevented me from doing so. You have 4 more.
outside of the 4 questions, would you allow me to ask them at a later time?
I would, but I have to say I asked you to prepare them in advance, maybe a week ago.
Serieus?
Ja, kijk even in de 26-8. Vorige
Dan
week
ben ik echt...
afgelopen
Ik
woensdag.
ben het dan vergeten. Oké. We'll wing it. We'll wing it.
Yes, dat weet ik.
We're gonna do it
Dat dacht
live.
ik al. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I'll introduce this question a little bit. Assuming that I know your history and how this land has become the way it has, how you have become the person you are, we have to account for the possibility that you are never meant to be together with Irina. If that is the case, are you willing to work with us to get you out of this golden cage that I described and which you described as not a cage if you could be with her?
This is an interesting proposal. I think maybe if I could find a successor of sorts. But you would have to prove yourself. You would all have to prove yourselves worthy of being so.
God, maar mijn pen doet het niet. 1 seconde.
Ja hoor.
Oké, vraag nummer 3.
In what way would one prove him or herself worthy of being your successor?
It is funny you should ask. I of course have put a lot of thought into this. I would say that, well, you would help me by saving the children from the sisters. You are the rightful owners of the windmill, if I am not mistaken.
Indeed.
Let's just say if you have trouble with these old ladies, there is no reason for me to think of you, any of you, as a worthy successor.
Good to know. I have a feeling that we can work towards meaningful goals that we both wish to end up in, but also that seem, from my perspective, more reasonable, considering the amount of time and the effort you've put in so far to get back with Tatiana. Considering these new end goals, in what way could you and would you be willing to help us?
Prit quo quo, Clarice. Have you heard of the vampire hunter von Richten?
Yes.
Do you also know that he is killing innocent people in my lands?
No.
He is killing the Vistani because he has some sort of blood feud against them for some reason. I do not like him killing my subjects. I would say deliver him to me and we can talk.
I will think about it.
Ik wil zoveel dingen nog vragen.
For my last question.
Nee, wacht.
Do you truly think that Tatiana wants to be with you?
Yes.
I will take you for your word on that.
Before you go, Seraphim, I have something to help you in your future endeavors. And he hands you a vial, a potion of a syrupy liquid that looks like liquefied iron.
Okay.
Do you know what it has? What kind of effect it has on people drinking it?
I do. Let's just say you will feel invulnerable.
Interesting.
It's in your inventory.
Thank you. And thank you for your honesty. I want you to know that I do not have the intention or the wish to destroy you. Much rather, I'd like to help you. But you have to know that I do not wish to help you beyond the wishes of other people, Tatiana including. If she wishes to be with you, I shall help you in any way possible. If not, I cannot bring myself to force her.
Understand your point of view. Please send in the paladin.
I will. Again, thank you for your honesty. And I'll
Thank
see
you for
you
your
soon.
time.
Te gek, baas. Ik zie je later.
Tot zo.
Oh, super.
Good day, Bugs.
Oh, sorry. Strahd.
Mr. von Zarvich. But you can call me Sweet Pea.
You can call me anything you like.
Buy me dinner first. Just like your friend Seraphim, I would allow you to ask 5 questions that I will answer truthfully.
Really? Okay. Any 5 questions?
Yes.
Okay, so you did actually tell me this. I should have prepared. If what would your epitaph be? But you didn't think of that one, did you?
Epitaph, you say?
Yeah, like if I know what the word epitaph means.
It would be here lies Count Strahd von Zarovich.
That's all.
No. Here lies Count Strahd von Zarovich. He will be back.
Okay. By the way, that's all. That wasn't my second question. Just in case you're playing that game with me. I'm also not going to ask you what your favorite color is.
Blue. No, red. Ah!
What's the average speed of an African swallow? No.
European
If
or an
you-
African swallow?
If you could relive if you had to relive any 10-minute block of your life over and over again for the rest of eternity, what would it be?
The moment I first laid eyes on Tatiana.
Ooh, good answer.
Thank you.
5 questions. That's 2. Is there any items, to your knowledge, anywhere within Barovia that would help me become a stronger, more resilient person? And by that I mean heavy armor. And by that I mean magical heavy armor that will help my character with my AC.
There is.
Bollocks. I should have asked where. My next question is where?
Max, let's make a deal.
Ooh.
I will give you this armor gladly.
In
But
exchange?
I need you to chop down the tree at Yester Hill for me.
Okay. How important is this tree? No, that's another question. No.
How
No, no,
important? How important is this armor for you?
Okay. No, I ask because I would also like some gold to help rebuild for Lucky. Is the tree worth both to you? Or is there another deal you'd like to make?
I will give you the gold. 100. As a
100,000?
100 gold. As a sign of good faith. I will also give you this charm. And he grabs his chest pocket and hands you a little charm. I will put it in your inventory.
Okay. You can put the armor in there as well. No?
Quid pro quo, Bucks.
I get it after the event?
Yep. But this little charm might help you.
Okay. I got 2 questions left, right?
Yeah, it's in your inventory under Charm of Heroism.
I will take a look at this in just a momento. I got 2 more questions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask you if you know that you are going to die an hour from now, what would you want to do?
I would want to spend each and every moment with Tatiana.
Ugh, such a cop-out. I want to ask something good. What's the one experience you think you're never going to get to experience? Or what's one thing that you believe you'll never get to experience? You're welcome, Ivy. What's the point in asking boring questions, right?
The one thing I will never get to experience. That is a good question, my friend Bax. I will never have the pleasure of seeing my younger brother grow up into the man I know he would become. My middle brother? Maybe, but not my younger brother.
It would appear that I'm all out of questions.
I would thank you for your time. Please.
I will just to follow up on the task that you're giving me.
Yes.
Am I allowed to share this task?
It is your task to do with what you want to do.
What I mean is this a task that I must keep to myself, or may I inform the others of my intentions?
Again, it is your task. Do as you see fit. Do whatever you need to complete it.
Okay.
Please, send in the cleric.
I will do.
Good evening, my lord.
Good evening, cleric.
Here we go. Hello?
I would...
What did you just say, sorry?
I said good evening, cleric. I will offer you the chance to ask me 5 questions.
5 questions.
Which I will answer in truth. You may begin.
But would you withhold information?
That's
Actually,
a
no,
question.
don't answer that because that would count as a question. So I must ask you, sir, what is it that you want from us? Would be my first question.
I thought that had made this clear early in the evening. I want Tachana back to me.
So, of course, my second leading question would be, how do you feel we will do this for you? If she's not willing to come to you willingly, I can't really force love, sir.
Who would talk about love? I have tried many things. I have tried love. But your 2-part question, the answer to the first part is, you have hidden her from me through some magic I have not seen before. It is a novelty to me. I am not gonna lie, I'm quite intrigued by this. And seeing as it's you and your new allies that have done this, I am sure you will find a way to undo this.
Allies, sir. Allies. So, are we not going to mention the temple, sir? I can know now that you are not the most powerful being within this place. And while I am trapped here and you can give me my freedom, I must ask you, of course, how did you become king of this place? And how can I surrender you to leave this place so I can take your place, sir?
One of the things I have told one of your friends is that I am also looking for a successor.
Another one wants to get the crown, I see.
Well, the intentions of the question and my answer is not mine to indulge on. But I will say that you are not the first one who has told me this in the last 500 years. I would say that there's a lot of things you have told me and asked me right now in one sentence. You ask me how you would go about to replacing or usurp my kingdom.
I do
Replace
not
me
wish to
or
usurp.
usurp. It comes down to the same thing. Really. To prove yourself worthy, I would say I knew once of a man who learned that the object of his destruction was inside these lands, hidden all along. Hansel was his name. Maybe you've heard of him.
Ah, yes, I did his funeral. His demise was easy. I see
Yes.
for you. Yes.
But there was another man, Faustus. He learned that the one thing that slayed his brethren, the one thing that he was brought back to rectify, was hidden here in Barovia. To prove to me that you are worthy of my succession, I will tell you, destroy the Order of the Silver Dragon, and we will talk.
As I say, I do not wish to observe you, sir. I just wish you to move on to better things. Hundreds of years would have cast your mind to betterment outside of Barovia. It's about time someone else stepped into those shoes, no? Of course, I will deal with the Silver Dragon for you. It mean nothing to me, you know this. So,
I have a gift for you.
you have a gift to me, sir.
Yes, I have
You have
seen...
not even acknowledged me before today, yet all of a sudden you want to give me gifts? A gifts to the cleric? Are you trying to bribe the gods, sir?
Your gods have no
Ah.
power here, my friend.
I've noticed that, sir. I have not spoke to Lathander since I've arrived here, but I haven't
Maybe
told
if you-
Bax this yet.
Try harder. Anyhow, acknowledgement needs to be earned. You're here, this took a lot of guts, I must say. It is not every day we walk into the house of the devil, expecting to leave in one piece. He holds out a scroll to you. I know you are a healer of sorts, but lately your powers have found you wanting.
I'm gonna take the scroll as I say, you say healer, some would say a martyr, sir.
Again, semantics, my friend. And he puts in your possession a scroll of revivify. Which means that you touch a creature that has died within 1 minute, and it stands up with 1 hit point.
I'm going to tell you between you and me now, because I don't feel anything about the party, that I'm not going to use that against, with anyone in the party.
That's
But they
all
don't
up to
know that.
you.
Oh, yes.
I think those were all your questions, were they not?
No. I still have the one last question, sir. This is a very deep and disturbing one that I've read from your memoirs. Your quartermaster, Alec. His soul has not left this place, as you do not let them leave. So I would ask of you, would you not want to be reunited with your old friend? The person who wronged, should I say? Maybe you could have a second chance with him, sir. Maybe he could help you. Maybe I could help you. You keep talking like I'm against you, sir. But you don't know me at all by the looks of things. Things have changed. Don't you see it? I want to work with you, Strahd. Tell me, how can I help you?
I
How
have...
can I find Alec for you?
Alec is long gone.
Hmm. But it is still a double-barreled question, sir.
It was a triple, quadruple, it was quintuple.
This is how you
Barreled
get the
question.
answer, sir. You say 5, but I ask 15.
Yes. I have answered your question. Your primary question. The rest was just gravy. And I deny you your gravy.
Ooh.
Please, send in the thief.
Remember, the martyr is always in me, sir. I shall see you soon. Thank you for dinner, Curse of Strahd.
Hello,
Good
Mr. von
evening.
Zarovich.
Good evening, Trish. Maybe you have heard from the others, but I will offer you the chance to ask me 5 questions, and I will answer each of them truthfully.
I have heard it's a very generous offer, if I might say so.
Why, thank you.
And, well, I was talking with Seraphim about the questions he asked you,
Mm-hmm.
and he mentions that in the eventuality that you could not conquer, I guess should be the word, Tatiana, if she would not join you, that you might be prepared to step down in case you find a worthy successor. But do you think that this would dissolve the mists surrounding this country?
I think that upon the untimely event of my death, the mists would dissipate. And I believe that if I am no longer in charge of this place, my predicament might also be lifted.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
Is one. Seraphim also said that if Tatiana would not join you and you found a worthy successor, you might step down. But what if Tatiana did join you? Would you still be prepared to step down, or would you rule Barovia forever with Tatiana by your side?
As I told your friend, maybe in not so many words, he mentioned a golden cage. But what is a cage if you get to spend the time with the one you want for eternity? Does the cage not transfer into heaven?
A cage is a cage. It's a golden cage, but it's still a cage. It depends on what your priorities are, I suppose. And in this case, it might be a cage, but it is a fairly large cage.
It is. And the cage is adequate if I get to spend it with Tatiana.
Okay. Then I have 3 more questions separate from these other 2.
Of course.
What do you know about the druids at Yesterhill?
The druids at Yesterhill are they believe me to be a god among men. So they would do anything to please me.
And when we were there, we saw them, well, I think worshipping a large tree, and there was a giant statue. I think it was made from clay or mud, maybe, in your image.
Yes.
Do you know what they were planning to do with that?
They were summoning a construct of sorts. I believe they call it Winter Splinter.
Huh. If you allow me a moment, I'm picking my next question carefully. I had another one prepared, but you have me intrigued. Do you know what they would do with this Winter Splinter construct? What their purpose for it is?
I do not meddle in the affairs of the druids. Baba Ligaisa would know more.
Baba Ligaisa?
Yes.
Baba
Do not look
Ligaisa.
her up. She is a NPC in this game.
Well,
But I believe you have heard of her. I would ask you if you would be interested in doing me a favor. It is good to have a favor done for a man of my position.
certainly. If it depends if the flavor you're asking is not too untasteful.
No, it is not untasteful. I know that you have talked to the Martico family in the vineyard.
Yes.
I am sort of a admirer of wine. They do not have the means of making the wine right now, because they lost the gems, as you well know.
I know.
I would implore you. Baba Ligaisa has one of the gems. I ask you to retrieve it for me.
I know this is technically a sixth question, but where would I go about finding this Baba Ligaisa?
I will give you an option. You can have the answer to this question, or you can have an item that would greatly help you in your quest.
Oh, I'm a thief. I'm a material girl. I will take the item.
He hands you a potion. It's a flask that looks empty, but as you hold it, you can feel that it contains liquid. I have put it inside your inventory, and I will identify it as a potion of invisibility.
That will indeed help me greatly in my travels and adventures.
I thank you for your time. Please
Thank you,
Send in
Mr. Von Savage.
the last one, the rude one.
Certainly. Thank you.
Adieu.
Oh, what happened to my dinghy? There we go.
Good evening, Zucket.
Good evening.
Ah. Zucket, I grant you this opportunity to ask me 5 questions that I will answer in truth.
All right. Why are you so fixated on loving Tatiana?
The heart wants what the heart wants, Zucket.
And that's kind of vague.
Even a old and twisted heart is mine.
All right. And then, do you know of anybody else in these lands who's stopping you from having that?
Besides you and your friends, no. Not at the moment.
And let's see. Is there anywhere else here that I could find? Well, actually, never mind. You know what? How do you die permanently? Or is there a way here?
I die like probably any other vampire. I stake through the heart in the place I rest. I think that would make matters pretty final. But I have never died before, so I do not know for sure.
But would you want to?
I do not long for death, no, Zucket.
And my last question is, why did you take my hair?
Zucket, I am a man of magic. Sometimes it's easier to see for yourself than to rely on others.
What do you mean, see for yourself?
I will answer this question for you, but I have a proposal.
I'm listening.
You are a man that has the blood of the wolf in you.
Mm-hmm.
There are others like you in these lands. But they take what is not rightfully them. They take the children of Barovia. I would like to see that stopped. Now I can give you something that would help you in this endeavor, if you accept it.
But would it be something that wouldn't hurt me being as one of them? Because you could assume we have the same weaknesses.
I know you are a man who is maybe not conscious, but you still want to be big and scary, even in your wolf form. I have here a potion and he holds it up, and you see that this transparent liquid has floating in it a sliver of fingernail from a hill giant. Would you like to have the strength of the giants, Zucket?
The more powerful I can be, the better.
So, I will hand you this if you do this task for me.
Agreed.
He hands you the potion of hill giant strength. I will put it in your inventory. Let's see, which one is it? Oh, you have a potion of healing that I will show you, and hill giant strength. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Shall we join the others once more?
Yep.
He leads you back into the room, and I will move you to Timassen.
Oh, shh.
He's back.
My friends,
Yes.
I hope you have danced your fill and drank your fill.
Where are you, Strahd? I cannot see your face.
Blue!
So
Where are
the
you?
of the upper thing, a bit too far.
He's in the walls.
Strahd, could I ask you just one last question? I apologize.
Depends.
Just one question. I reach in and pull out a head from my bag and say, "Do you know this man?"
The fucking head.
I should have asked you that question. I'm so sorry. I should have asked
We
you that
talked
question.
about this and I forgot.
I totally and utterly forgot to ask you. I'm sorry. Do you recognize this person? Who is he? Or who is this person?
You don't have the head anymore.
I do have the head because I never dropped it. I wasn't here to say that I dropped it. People acted on my behalf.
Yeah.
and
All
asked
right,
me-
that's true.
I didn't ask to drop it, did I?
That's true.
I know.
He looks at the head and says,
Are you good for faces?
I do not know the name, but I know of him. He is a Vistani.
have a
Killed
name?
by the so-called vampire hunter Van Richten.
Did he have a name?
Sure. Steve. Steve the Vistani.
Ripperoni Steve.
Pedo Steve. Got it. Dear God. Thank you.
My friends, enough pleasantries. Hearken to me now.
No. Now I kill you.
You have read my memoirs. I was once a just and noble warrior. I conquered lands, laid waste to the enemies of my family, and my house and my family were my driving force above all. As I conquered these lands, I stood upon the hill surveying the home of my last enemies. I chose to erect a statue, a monument, in which we are standing now. Castle Ravenloft, named after my mother. I already said if she could only see me now, but I digress. My memoirs. You have surely read them by now and know all that is hidden within the pages, no? You have read about my deal with the Dark Powers, how I have dispatched of my youngest brother, because of her. Well, I cannot help but notice her glaring absence. I must say I was quite impressed with your little scheme. You have hidden her from me quite well. I understand that you would want to leave these forsaken lands. This prison of fog and dread. Well, there are two ways to do so. Either by taking my life or getting my permission. The first will never be taken. The latter never be given. Unless she is returned to me. I do not need to remind you of Berez to understand the extent of my wrath. If you need more incentive, please seek out the little village of Barovia. I ask you, visit the cemetery at midnight. You will see the ones who have come before you, and know you are but enduring my patience. You have seen the champion of your god, Killian, weep on his demise. Even the Morning Lord's angels do not stand a chance against me. Even your late brethren did not succeed, nor did Faustus or Hansel. And these did not even perish by my hand. You believe yourselves the flames that will cleanse this land of evil, but you are but moths. There is no other way to leave lest you best me in combat, and as I have made clear, this will not happen. Return Irina to me in 7 days, and you may leave. A second too late, and you will find yourself the focus of my undivided attention. This reminds me, I do believe you have a little interest to provide for the trouble you have caused. Please bring me the man called Von Richten. I do think he would be an excellent addition to my dungeon. Now, be off. All of you have your individual instructions. I look forward to hear them completed in full. He gestures towards the exit, and Rahadin moves up and says, "Okay, it is time for you to go. Do not forget your weapons on the way out."
One more question, Lord von Zardovich. If we are in need...
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. If we are in need of sending you a message, may we do so through a raven?
Of course. There are a lot of ravens. If you find one and train one, well, maybe he can give the message to me.
Excellent.
Can I do an inside check on that?
Sure, you can do an inside check. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. Coins. Oh, I've really got to go. You can tell him that I love him, and I'll see you guys.
Yeah. Joe, before you
Sorry,
go, you've got a quote of the week with "Story of My Life."
Thank you. All right, he's back now. What can I say? Coins.
Yes.
I gotta go. Sorry. I
No
love you,
worries,
but
mate.
I gotta go. I'll catch you guys later.
Later.
Bye.
Later,
See you
man.
later, Joey.
Bye.
Inside check.
There was a
As far as you
14.
know, he's telling the truth.
He does not seem to have any deeper knowledge of the ravens that are being used throughout the lands in the way I know they are being used.
As far as you know, he was telling the truth.
Right. I'm gonna bow to Zarovich and say, "Remember, Zarovich, even a blind squirrel gets an acorn from time to time." And just walk away.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Exactly.
Indeed, a broken clock is right twice a day. Rahadin leads you towards the exit of the castle, at which the large black carriage awaits you once more. Together with Ludmila, they thank you for joining them this evening and tell you that the black carriage will take you anywhere you would want to go. Only one place. After that, it will return here.
Should we go to Barovia, gentlemen and Trish?
I feel we should, sir.
Well, we're gonna need to spend the night somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
But we can't do it at the inn anymore, I suppose.
No, but the Tatiana's, Irina's brother still lives in Barovia, right?
Oh, Barovia, yes. Wait,
We could stay at his place, probably.
Lucky.
No.
Or- wait.
Valaki is the town where you killed the burgomaster. Barovia is the first town you got to.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, Barovia then. Alright.
Yes, so good. Are you okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Ludmila
Off to Barovia we go.
looks at you and says, "Tonight was a rare moment of peace and tranquility. Rest assured, next time you enter these halls, you will not leave."
Better watch who you're talking about.
Good night.
Thank you for your hospitality. I hope to one day return it.
And I want to thank you all for a lovely session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my god, that was a lot of moving parts.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Joe, you need to speak up about what you've heard.
Because everyone else has said what they heard. What do you hear?
I can't now. Session's over.
You little shit.
Find out next week.
Oh, that was a quality session, that was.
That
Right?
was good. That was fun.
Oh, by the way, Joe, are you still going to those races?
Not today.
Because I saw this news item about a racing track in Colorado where a bunch of people got sick afterwards.
No, I'm not worried about it. As long as I got beer.
Well, just saying.
When I go to the races, I'm too drunk to get germs. No, I'm going next week. They're having monster truck races,
Ooh.
so I'm gonna go watch the monster truck races. Might even record some of it.
Joe, I really need you to start talking.
I talked
About
about
what?
What you found out, boy? What did you find out? But
Well,
some interesting revelations about Trish, I've got to say.
I found out that there's. I did find out that there is werewolves stealing children,
The ones that
Eating or
say-
eating?
eating.
Oh,
oh.
I'm assuming.
Seems like
Uh,
children are fucked in this place. You either get eaten
Hence-
by a wolf or you get turned into a fucking cake.
or
Right.
you are born soulless.
Right?
that
Strahd
might
wants.
explain the missing Vistani kid from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Did
a
he
point.
say
We
where
completely
those-
forgot about her, actually, thinking of yeah.
Well, we
Never
haven't
actually
found
went to
any
the lake,
leads,
have
or
No,
I have-
she was at a lake with I forgot the name of the bloke she was with.
The fisherman.
The fisherman, yeah, north of Valaki. There's
Yep.
a lake that we haven't visited yet. That's where the Vistani girl is.
yeah, Lake Zarovich. We have been to Lake Baratok.
Yep.
I did find out though that he can die permanently though. Like any like any other
Please
vampire.
tell.
Like any other vampire, stab him in the heart with a stake where he rests.
But he also said that he doesn't know because he has not died yet.
Yep. I asked him if he wanted to find out how what it was like.
Yeah, but we can make him go
Are you
to
into
hibernation.
strangulation? No, the thing is that if you just outright kill him, he turns into a mist and then goes back home. Like that's what vampires do.
Yeah, but then Von Richten said in his diary that he'd been basically he alluded to that he was hibernating because he hasn't been seen for 15 years. So
Right.
I'm taking a wild guess here because of like mass
Well-
media with vampires that they tend to like heal up in their coffins. And
Yeah.
we know that his coffin is in Ravenloft. So if we destroy that while he's hibernating, he gonna be dead.
Like Von Richten had a perfect opportunity to end it, and ended there when he stuck into Strahd's, when he snuck into Ravenloft, and there was no opposition for him. He could have
Why
just looked
didn't
for
he
the crypt himself and killed him.
But why didn't he do it?
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he's a failed
Just so you-
vampire, failed
Just so you-
vampire hunter.
Just so you guys know, we're going to Barovia. That's also the place where the vampire spawn would be available if we let a note there.
I was gonna say they said there were, but how much can you trust them? We can leave a note for them, yeah, but I mean, like, they live with Strahd. They could just be literally just double
Well,
cross
the
us.
the thing is, the thing I was thinking about is that if we lure that servant out, no matter their intentions, I could go in as them into Ravenloft and just walk
Oh
in.
yeah, infiltration.
What, as one of his wives or like?
No,
a
No, no, no.
or-
Yeah.
If we lure the vampire spawn out, if you guys just say, "Oh, you need to come with us and we need to talk," and during that talk I go back in as that person, I know for certain that I'm not going to be a doppelganger there. If I go in as one of the wives,
So the way Coins is laughing at us, something tells me that we're not going to be able to capture one of these vampire spawn.
well, we don't need
It's
to capture,
risky.
we need to keep them busy. Yeah, but it is. But every fucking thing is.
But it is a
But-
good plan.
It is.
And if I go in there and either loot the fucking shit out of that room, or like, I can do whatever. But just saying that if we really need info or a thing from that place, I can go in there if we lure someone out.
Yeah, but we've also got to remember we're probably not welcome in Barovia village because we've lost the Burgomaster's sister.
He doesn't know.
Oh, we're just gonna lie to Wismark then, just go, alright mate, yeah, she's sound, she's fine, yeah.
All right, we'll play it by ear.
It's not a lie. As far as you know, she is safe and sound, right?
Yeah.
True.
We could be very honest by saying that we've left her in a place where we are certain that Strahd cannot reach her.
Yep.
That's actually a
That
point,
would
yeah,
be-
because he did keep mentioning that he doesn't know anything about the powers of the pond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we do not have to, like, we should not get into specifics in that case, but we can say that without outright lying.
Very good. Let's take over Father Donovich's church, because he ain't gonna need it anymore, is he?
I found myself a job. Yeah.
So, Coins, do we level up, or do we level up?
So we level 7 now. Come on.
For not doing anything risky.
Yeah.
That
We're having dinner.
For surviving Ravenloft?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, I feel a yes incoming. Here it comes, boys. He's gonna give a very powerful yes.
Come on.
Nope.
You are now level 7.
No.
No,
Oh.
but
But DM, how are we getting to level 20 in 7 days?
Oh, how dare we? Oh, yeah, that's a point. We've got 7 days now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a
7
lot.
days.
A lot can happen in 7 days.
We can't fuck about now.
If he doesn't alter that one too.
Well, we've spent 2 months playing 3 days, so I
Yeah.
think we're fine.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no, you're not leveling up.
Yeah, fuck you.
You have to do a few things before you can even level up again.
Oh, is it like checkpoints we have to clear?
Like
Don't we
everything
like
you
get like a
guys,
point to you?
everything you guys do, you get a certain amount of points for, and the amount of points, like if you were a party of 4, you would level up already twice. But seeing as you're a party of 5, it's going slower. But
Yep.
on the other hand,
Sounds-
there's a lot more you can do with a party of 5 that you cannot do with a party of 4 or 3. So
Mm-hmm. This is fine.
Did you guys get asked to do favors as well for Strahd?
what kind of favors?
A favor.
No.
I didn't ask, I just went for it.
Well, what I said about von Richten, he asked me when I was in there. I think that was about it in terms of favors. Wait, where's my note? Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted me to return the gem to the family at the winery
Ah.
so that they could like start making wine again.
But they're dead.
And
Did we have to
They're not
check
dead,
that?
right?
The kids were dead. But
Because when we
never
went there,
It's-
yeah, the kids were dead and stuff.
But we never
just
actually
burned down,
found
right?
Davian.
Yeah,
No,
but
there was a
didn't the
pile of bodies
grandfather
outside.
didn't the grandfather go to? And I imagine like if Strahd wants that shit to be rebuilt, it's gonna be.
yeah, but we need to find someone called Baba Legisa. Like she would have it.
Who?
Yeah, Baba Legisa or something like that.
Well, there's a gem in Berez, and there's one in Yesterhill. But I'm guessing that's where the third one is then.
Yeah, she is apparently associated with the druids.
Probably their queen
Wait,
or
did,
Because
something.
did you
asked-
ask about the druids?
Yeah, so basically the druids believe Strahd to be a god among men and would do anything to please him. But he doesn't interfere with their works. And apparently they were trying to summoning a construct called Winter Splinter.
Wow.
And yeah, and like I asked if he knew more about this Winter Splinter, and he said just like go ask Baba Legisa.
Bubbly
Who also
Gisa.
Baba Legisa, who also happens to have this gem.
Huh.
But I don't know where to find her or him.
Yeah. Winter Splinter.
Winter Splinter.
Could that be the tree?
It was a
no, it's
construct.
It's a wood. Like,
And
It
the
was
tree is
it was
already alive.
yeah it was in relation to the statue that they were building.
but didn't Rictavia say the tree was a king that was trapped or something like that in his play?
Yeah.
Could have been the previous king of these lands.
Mm,
Because Strahd took over,
maybe.
right?
Yeah, he conquered it.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably isn't Winter Splinter then. So that's someone else. Isn't it?
No, but
It's
wouldn't
some
if
sort of
it
construct?
if it was the sticks, maybe they tried to make a construct in resemblance of Strahd. So it's basically Mecha Strahd.
Mecha Strahd. So it's that other tree then? It's the one at Yesterhill, the other one that looks like Strahd?
No, like they made this statue out of twigs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That Joe set on fire. That is, I think that's
Yeah.
Mecha Strahd that they try to make. Man, that I have no clue like how sensible it is to fight Strahd anytime soon. Like we have 7 days to do something for him. Like again, we are in time constraint,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how the fuck do you even manage?
Yeah, but
Right.
we've got the icon back at least, so that's one thing back.
Also, if push comes to shove, put some nice clothes on me, and I will turn into that girl.
Ooh, lovely.
And I will say to his face, I do not love you. Stop being an annoying incel and get a life. Like, especially if he has no reason to think that I am. Ah, man, yeah, I would be missing to him, so he would have a ways of. He would have a reason to be suspicious. Well, I need to think about that one.
So if he asked Trish to do that, what did he ask you, Seraphine? What have you got to do?
To kill Von Richten, basically, or to bring him to Strahd.
What about you, Joe? What did he say to you?
He wants me to stop the kids coming up from from coming up missing from the werewolves.
What
And
about you,
also
Luke?
that he wanted me to kill the silver dragon of Argus van Holt.
Silver Dragon
Okay.
of who? What?
What's called the silver dragons of
Please kill a dragon
Argus.
for me.
Yeah, it's
That's the-
basically the paladins.
That's the paladins, yeah, at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
place
yeah.
out
That
just
Faustus
outside of
saw.
Avlaki. Yeah.
But saying that then, because it was Faustus that knew that it was the silver dragons of Argus van Holt, so Killian doesn't know that. He's just been told that he needs to kill the silver dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where I'm going, so I'm going to remember that.
Well, that's good because I also don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, but if I recall, I don't think
I-
Faustus told anyone either. So
Well, we
It's the
knew.
first I've heard of it.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
I
It
know,
was
I know,
I-
because they were talking about it.
Irina had
No.
a dream when she was in the Blue Water Inn, and she told Faustus she saw
Mm-hmm.
a sigil of a silver dragon, and it was the same silver dragons that killed Faustus.
Mm-hmm.
But then Faustus never actually told anyone else that. So
No. You, Faustus did tell about paladins.
did he? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like in this, I think it came up and you described them, but beyond that, we don't know. Like I
No.
don't think you.
We did when we first got that map, and we were asking questions from the map maker.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
We asked them, what's this place? What's this place? What's this place? And then Vasily was the one who actually told us about the one place on the map that was full of paladins who
Undead
are
paladins.
undead. So we know there's paladins there.
Because Joby kept wanting to saying, yeah, let's get a bunch of
Yeah,
paladins.
like, yeah, exactly. He was
they're
all
not
for
gonna
it.
be nice paladins if they're here.
Right. But yeah, we definitely know about that place.
Will they be friendly to us? Because they said the warriors that oppose Strahd, but I'm starting to feel if they're dead, they're just going to oppose everyone, really.
Right.
But the thing that I really want to know is that imagine we get a bunch more allies willing to fight Strahd. This guy is so fucking powerful. And he potentially has like an army of vampires. Like how do we even approach this as like a big battle?
In
If we
7
have
days.
No, I mean like we have the Vistani chick with the angel guy. I imagine we could coerce into helping us if there's enough like help. I imagine a couple of people of Falaki would be willing to help us. I think Tatiana's brother would be willing to help, so people from Barovia would come. The Keepers of the Feather would help. Like we have a bunch of people that would be willing to help, but still, I think Strahd is too powerful. So
I don't think we can take him in open battle.
Well, I've
Yeah.
got the feeling because he's a lord, he's going to be more of a battle commander, and he's basically going to just shove a load of fucking shit at us. So even if he
Yeah.
isn't strong himself, he's just going to basically spawn a fuck ton of shit towards us.
I'm about to
Which
say,
he
'cause-
will be. By the way, he will be fucking strong.
well, I mean, with the werewolves being here as well, I mean, it would be kind of interesting to see what kind of numbers they have, and if
Yeah,
I
but
can
if you
sway
could-
them as well,
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could wolf out in front of them, they'd probably
right?
be more.
Or challenge the pack leader,
Me back lead.
Yes.
challenge the alpha, and take the alpha down,
Do it.
and then we have an
Well-
army of werewolves.
Do it.
If we can lure a group of people in like open rebellion against Strahd, we could actually like for the first time see his power on like a bigger scale than one-on-one.
Cause chaos. That's what we need. Just like little.
Yeah, like
insurgencies
I'm not
around
sure.
everywhere.
Like, are there like 10 vampires living in Ravenloft, or like 100 or 1,000?
No, but
like
then you've got this new band of people running around Valaki as well that are just taking people in the middle of the night like the fucking Gestapo. So
Mm-hmm.
Alright, guys, I'm logging off.
well,
Later, man.
Thanks for a great session,
Alright.
Point.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
Mr. Coins. This was
Yeah,
lovely.
thank you, Coins.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Good night.